Mr. Pigden, you're alive. I'm alive, he says. Can't believe it. Someone says you was dead.
Behind every superstar stands a teacher who once believed in them. When celebrities reunite with those teachers, the moments overflow with nostalgia, love, and laughter, rekindling heartwarming memories that time can never erase. Imagine the very people who helped shape the world's biggest stars walking back into their lives after decades. In that moment, the trophies, the headlines, and the fame quietly fade away, because the most unforgettable thing isn't the spotlight. It's the embrace of a teacher who once planted the seed of belief. These reunions remind us of something we often forget. Before the glitz and the glory, there was always a classroom, a lesson, and someone who cared enough to spark a dream. A powerful example of this truth is the story of Ian Wright, the legendary footballer whose life could easily have taken a very different road. He grew up in a tough environment. Trouble surrounded him at every corner, and many people dismissed him as a lost cause. His future seemed uncertain, his path clouded with frustration, anger, and the weight of circumstances he could not control. But then came one teacher who refused to give up on him. That teacher pulled Ian back from the edge, encouraged him to believe in himself, and reminded him that he had something greater to offer the world. With patience and faith, he helped Ian see possibilities that once felt impossible. Years later, when Ian reunited with that same teacher, the emotions poured out. Tears streamed down his face as he hugged the man who had once saved him from a much darker path. The gratitude was overwhelming, not just for the support, but for the second chance at life that had been given to him. That reunion wasn't about football, trophies, or fame. It was about the miracle of a life redirected by care and compassion. Millions who watched the video of their heartfelt embrace were reminded of a simple yet profound truth. Sometimes, all it takes is one caring teacher to change the course of an entire destiny. The same kind of magic shines in Rihanna's story. Today, she is one of the most recognizable women on the planet, an artist, a fashion icon, and a billionaire entrepreneur admired worldwide. Yet, when she unexpectedly ran into her old gym teacher, Roddy Estwick, during the Cricket World Cup in England, the superstar image melted away in an instant. With the excitement of a young student spotting her mentor, she ran toward him, her smile lighting up the entire stadium. The embrace they shared felt timeless, as if the years had never passed. Later, Rihanna called him her mentor champ, MVP, and first J. Brown, making it clear that his encouragement during her school days in Barbados had helped shape her confidence and drive. For all her global success, that moment revealed a tender truth. Even the boldest icons are still, at their core, grateful students remembering the voices that once believed in them.
Is she here? Is he not one of you? She's here tonight.
Adele, known for her powerful voice and soul-stirring lyrics, experienced one of the most emotional reunions imaginable in front of a live audience. During a concert in London, she was left speechless when her former English teacher, Miss McDonald, appeared on stage as a surprise. The second Adele saw her, her voice trembled, her eyes welled up, and tears streamed freely down her face. She spoke with raw emotion about how this teacher had nurtured her love of reading, writing, and storytelling gifts that later blossomed into her extraordinary songwriting. For that moment, Adele wasn't a world-renowned superstar adored by millions. She was a student again, overwhelmed with gratitude. The embrace they shared was more than a hug. It was a circle of inspiration completed, a reminder to everyone watching that a spark lit in a classroom can one day grow into songs powerful enough to touch the entire world.
And she remembered me, and she said, "You'd get the little skinny books." I said, "Oh, it was me." pictures. With a lot of pictures.
You gotta start somewhere.
So she lives in Atlanta, and I said, you know what?
Denzel Washington, another global icon, gave audiences a heartfelt glimpse into his roots when he reunited with his Sunday school teacher, Mother Ruby Scott. More than 6 decades had passed since she guided him as a young boy, yet when they met again, it felt as though no time had passed at all. Their exchange overflowed with love, respect, and deep gratitude. Denzel, known for his commanding screen presence, softened with reverence as he spoke about how her guidance had shaped his values, discipline, and faith. That meeting reminded everyone watching that true greatness isn't only measured by career achievements. It is also built on the foundations of character, humility, and belief instilled by teachers and mentors long ago.
Whoopi writes in her book that you should never leave anything unsaid. So it's been 25 years. What would you like to say to Miss Grieve?
I feel like I said it before, but I'll say it again. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you so much for always encouraging me and taking time with me and listening to me.
Comedian Tiffany Haddish also shared a deeply personal story about the teacher who changed her life. Her childhood was filled with hardship, instability, and loneliness, but one drama teacher recognized something extraordinary in her spark of humor, talent, and resilience that could not be ignored. Years later, Tiffany reunited with this teacher during Teacher Appreciation Week, and the moment was unforgettable. She poured out her gratitude, crediting him with giving her the confidence to chase her dreams and trust her own voice. Without his encouragement, she admitted, she might never have believed in her true potential. That reunion was not just moving, it was a powerful reminder that teachers often give students the courage and permission to shine when the world tries to dim their light.
Oh, I'm so happy. I can't believe it. I can't either. Want to meet Katie Couric? So every morning in the front hall, we would all line up in our little petticoats, and I'd curtsy and say good morning.
Lady Gaga's reunion with one of her former teachers carried the same energy of joy, gratitude, and deep emotion. Known worldwide for her boldness, creativity, and resilience, Gaga revealed that much of her strength and confidence had been planted during those early classroom days. Her radiant expression during that meeting reflected how profoundly teachers can shape their students, not just in academics, but in the courage to be unapologetically themselves. For Gaga, the reunion was less about nostalgia and more about recognition. It was her way of honoring the roots that helped her rise, the mentor who first nurtured her spark, and the foundation that gave her wings to soar onto the global stage.
Can you just push straight in front of me? I'm pushed anywhere. I'm still standing. Matt, can you move slightly?
Even royalty has felt the power of such reunions. Princess Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, was reunited with one of her teachers after 25 years, and the moment captured hearts around the world. Despite her regal position, responsibilities, and the aura of the crown, Kate's warmth and genuine gratitude stood out as she embraced her teacher with admiration and affection. For many watching, it was a touching reminder that the influence of educators transcends class, wealth, and status. No palace walls, glittering jewels, or royal titles can overshadow the role of a teacher in shaping a young person's character and heart. That single embrace carried the message that behind every great leader lies the guidance of someone who once believed in them.
Oh my gosh! We literally talked about how
Brock Purdy, the rising NFL quarterback, offered a similar testament. Despite the fame and glory of professional sports, he made time to reconnect with his former English teacher, proving that the lessons of the classroom endure beyond stadium lights. For Brock, the reunion was about more than academics. It was about acknowledging the confidence she instilled, the lessons in leadership, and the encouragement to remain grounded while chasing greatness. Their joyful meeting reminded everyone that long after the touchdowns, trophies, and cheering crowds fade, the bonds of mentorship and the echoes of a teacher's faith remain stronger than ever.
Oh my God, chills, I want to cry. You look just like her. This is my favorite teacher.
Sometimes these reunions go viral, spreading across social media and reaching millions of people. Rapper Boosie Badazz's emotional reunion with his favorite high school teacher was filmed and quickly shared on TikTok. Fans were stunned to see the tough rapper soften into gratitude, his hardened image melting away as he spoke with heartfelt respect. It proved that fame, wealth, and reputation can never erase the lasting impact of teachers who genuinely cared. Watching Boosie thank his teacher was living proof that no matter how far life takes us, those early influences stay with us forever, shaping both character and destiny. On the Jennifer Hudson Show, one of the most moving reunions unfolded before a live audience when retired teacher Cherie was reunited with her former student, Olga. Olga, once a young girl struggling with a language barrier, shared how Cherie's patience, kindness, and unwavering encouragement had turned her challenge into a lifelong strength. As they embraced, tears flowed freely, and the audience witnessed a truth that resonated deeply. A great teacher doesn't just teach, they transform. Even decades later, the gratitude still lived in Olga's heart, proving that the influence of an extraordinary teacher never fades, but continues to echo through generations.
My son. God. He just said my son. Mr. A.
Tyrese Gibson has a similar encounter with his teacher, known for his roles in film and his music career, also had a heartfelt reunion with one of his old teachers. Tyrese's story was filled with gratitude as he explained how her encouragement gave him the foundation he needed to pursue his talents. Their meeting was soaked in love and appreciation, a reminder that every artist, actor, or musician once had a teacher who lit the spark that guided them forward. When we look at all these stories together, a pattern emerges. No matter the background, whether it's a footballer like Ian Wright, a superstar like Rihanna, a global icon like Denzel, or a royal like Princess Kate, the common thread is gratitude. These reunions show us that behind every headline, every award, and every stadium filled with fans, there is always a teacher who helped shape that journey. Teachers don't just teach, they believe, they encourage, and they plant seeds of greatness long before anyone else sees the potential. That's why these reunions touch audiences so deeply. Watching Adele cry in front of her English teacher, Rihanna beam at her gym coach, and Tiffany Haddish thanking her drama mentor pulls us into their vulnerability. It makes us think about our own lives, the teachers who helped us, the mentors who stood by us, and the people who reminded us to believe when we doubted ourselves. In a world that often feels rushed and competitive, these stories slow us down and remind us to honor those who gave us strength when we needed it most. This is more than nostalgia. It's a vivid celebration of love, respect, and the enduring power of guidance. It's proof that greatness doesn't begin under stage lights but in classrooms, gyms, and Sunday schools where teachers quietly pour their energy into shaping the next generation. And it's a reminder for us all to look back, find the people who helped us along the way, and say two simple words: thank you. Because if the biggest stars in the world can shed tears of gratitude for the teachers who believed in them, maybe the rest of us can too. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let's know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for the next updates. Thanks for watching.